Hi, my name is Pam, and in this little video that Barb is recording, we're going to try and show you how to crochet, okay? What I have here is Patton's Diana wool, and I have a crochet hook which happens to be a number 4, which I believe they call it a metric 6 now. Everything is confusing. It's quite fat. Crochet hooks just depend on the size of the wool. That's the whole thing. Crochet is easy. It's really simple. It's just a bunch of knots that get put together. It uses more wool than knitting does. It uses about half again as much. But the nice thing about it is if you drop a stitch, it doesn't run down and get out of your way. It kind of just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. To start your crochet, you need to do a slip knot, which pretty well everybody knows how to do. Okay? Make your loop, shove your wool through, and there you have it. Leave a bit of a tail. You might need it later. Okay, you've got your little slip knot. Now you just hook your wool and pull it through that knot. This is called a chain. It's not difficult. Okay, here we go, the chain. I'm going to do about 15 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's about 15. And with the chain, the idea is I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet. You usually chain 1 at the end just for your turning. I'm going to go into the first little loop here, okay, for a single. And take the wool, pull it through. Now I have 2. And pull it through again. That is a single crochet. Put it in the top little loop, pull your wool through, and go through both of them. Stick it in. Nice thing about crochet is you will never lose a stitch. Got 2 on. This is called single crochet. You guys can make dishcloths coming out of your yin-yang with this. Frankly, I wouldn't use this wool for dishcloths. I would use a cotton. And a big hook like this because you want it to be fairly loose. Don't be afraid of it, just do it. See, single's not so bad. Chain is your basic. You have to, before you start anything, you gotta chain. It's your cast on in knitting. Just take it easy, do it slow. It actually is really a nice comforting thing to do because, I taught my daycare children when they were like about 4, and they caught on pretty quickly. Made glorious things for their mothers. See, it's just very repetitive. It's almost soothing in a way because you just keep kind of doing the same thing. Okay, now I'm at the end of the row and I'm going to turn and go back the other way. I'm going to do chain 1, okay, and I will turn. So I'm heading back the other way so I don't twist the wool at the end. It's not the end of the world if you forget to, but it helps if you do. Now you can see the nice little hole. Do another single crochet. Go into there. Don't know if you can see this as well. There's like 2 loops on the top, and you go for this, just go in the little hole underneath the 2 loops, and it makes a nice tight knit. Well, it's not a knit, it's crochet, but anyway. try and go slowly so you can see. Poor Barb's standing there. I get to sit. Okay, single crochet. 2 and through the 2. In, 2 and through the 2. 2 and through the 2. You come to the end like this, you do one in the end. If when you're going back and forth you find that the row is getting smaller, it's because you're not going into the end stitch. It's a very, very common fault. Just pull it back and do it again. Okay, chain 1, because you're going to turn, and you're going to go back and do single back along the row into the first one this time. I'm going to lose my wool here. Don't know how well the janitor cleaned the floor. I don't want it all over the floor. He probably did a good job. It's probably fine. This is a single crochet. You'll find that there's so many things you can do with each stitch that changes the appearance of your garment. And once you catch on that it's not scary, easy to do, good for arthritic hands. Okay, that is your single crochet. That's what it looks like. See? You could make a little dishcloth. Now the next most common stitch is a double crochet. I'm going to show you that one. When you come to the end and you're going to do it, if you're doing a double crochet, invariably you will chain 3, and that will count as your first double in the row. But as you're doing, you'll see, because it's counting as the first double, you skip the first stitch and you go into the second one. But for double crochet, you put the wool over your hook, draw up. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. Pull through 2, pull through 2. That makes a lovely stitch. Repeat. Next, in, 3 on, pull off 2, pull off 2, over, in, two, and 2, 2, 2. This is double crochet. Single and the double are the most common stitches used. And once you, the next row I will show you a half double. I'll go back on a half double. Over, in, 2 stitches, pull 2, pull 2. Sorry, 3 stitches. 3 on the hook, 2 off, and 2 off. 2 off. I like double crochet. It goes quickly, and it's an easy stitch to do, and it's very, very common. Almost every pattern that you will come to will have double crochet in it. Okay, now I'm at the end of the line, and because, shall I do a double back again? Okay, chain 3. This is, remember, this is going to be counting as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. That's your first stitch. You don't go in that one because this is counting as your first stitch into the second stitch. Wool over, 3 loops, now there's 2, and now there's none, or now there's 1. 3, 2, and 2. Wool over, 3, 2, and 2. Come on, wool, don't fall on the floor. Over, 3, 2, 2. Like I said, don't worry about dropping stitches, don't worry. And the tension is important, but that's something that comes the more you do. And everybody's different. Some people crochet and knit very tightly, some it's very loose, but it just depends on you. Neither, like loose or tight, neither is right or wrong. It's just a personal thing. The same as mistakes. They're not horrible, you're not supposed to get upset about them. In a hand-done article, if there isn't an error, it doesn't have any personality. Okay, I did mention about like knitting. If you drop a stitch, the darn thing goes down to the bottom and it drives you crazy trying to pick it up. You end up, you gotta buy a crochet hook anyway. But with crochet, if you drop, it just goes back along the line. So you never have to worry about it. It's not gonna screw up down here somewhere. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. It's easy to pick it up. This is why it's kind of a good thing to learn for kids, because, if you get it, you know, it's not quite as frustrating as knitting. And also for children, it's easier to handle the one hook instead of 2 needles. See, you just pick it up and carry on like nothing happened. These 2 stitches can probably see you through most of the problems that you'll have, most things you'll have to do. The hardest part really is the endy bit, to figure out if you need to go in that one or the next one. If your rows get shorter, you'll know you did it wrong. Okay, that is a single crochet, 2 rows of double crochet, and that's what it looks like. I'll show you one more stitch. There is treble, but you get so many hooks on it, it'll drive you crazy. You know, you get loops here and there. For now, I think that single, double, and half double. Now this one is easy too, and it's a nice tight one. For half double, roll over just like you did with the double, and you got 3 on the, and you pull it through all 3 at once. This is a half double crochet. 3 on the hook, and now we're back to the 1. The half double it's nice and tight. If you're making toques and stuff, half double is wonderful. Or dishcloths if you want to do it fairly quickly. Okay. You start off the same as you do for a double, but instead of going through 2 and then 2, you just take all 3 at once. Over. The whole works off, just like that. Thing of beauty. Okay, with knowing these 3 stitch, well, actually 4 with your, with the chain, because you've got the chain, single crochet, double crochet, and half double. You can do anything you want with those. And pretty well every pattern you will ever encounter is a combination of these. Sometimes you go into a tighter loop, sometimes looser, it just depends. Sometimes you do it in the back, but each one is important. And once you know these, hey, the world's your oyster. Okay, you can see that the half double is much tighter. This is your single, this is your double, and this is half double. Okay? Take a little bit of a break now, and I will start on a pattern if that's okay. And this pattern is a wonderful one. It's called City Squares, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will be involved with it and learn to do it. We'll put the squares together. We have the wool, we have this wool, and the wool was donated by Barb's mom, and I would like us to make the squares, put 9 squares together. These are the squares right here. This is what they end up looking like. 9 squares together, and they can be really nice cozy lap robes for the seniors or blankets for the newborns. But all of us can do these, and they're quite simple and they look great. I've made many of them, believe me. Anyhow, we will show you how to get started on making these, okay? See you in a bit.